And here we are. How's it feel?
Oh man. Oh, we were sitting in the car on the way up. We're up in the clouds. And I know now that I'm in the right place at the right time. It's pretty much bang on. Yeah. It's like the breath before the action.
Living in an oceanic paradise makes you look at the world through another kind of eye. If you limit yourself to all you think you know, then you must do away with the only way to grow. I find it funny sometimes when you knock on wood, because these bolts are temporary. But if we steer them like we should, we could be anything down here. Anything down here.
Like, it was so necessary to get grounded and back in connection with this land here. That's where I'm going to be recording it, to just kind of settle back into that, hey, because it makes a big difference. I'm happy to have seen everyone over here again for a couple of weeks and played a bunch of shows, worked on my French, and let the songs grow and breathe through that transition. I guess the sense of family is very, very prominent here, and something which I really cherish. To come back to that and to feel it again so strongly after 8-9 months, it's pretty special. No matter how much you back yourself, sometimes a little bit of doubt can creep in, but not here, because we're so tight. It's a big team, it's awesome, and so to have that support, we're all looking out for each other, that's something I've really cherished and thought of when I've been away from it. These crew here, it's some people I really cherish.
It all becomes so clear. Now ride the swell lines up and down, right across the seas till you reach a town where the waters whisper simple tunes that you've spent your whole life humming to. Now sit and be rooted like the trees, and you will come to see that you have sailed on your own breeze and drifted for a reason, for you needed to be seated before you could open up and see that there are many roads to freedom. And you better believe that love is the highest form of feeling. And even when you bleed, your blood is flowing in agreement. And never say no to the power that you hold, 'cause from these sticks and stones you can construct a sturdy boat to bear you across the ocean to a love you've always known.
Exciting time for me as well, because it was the first time I'd ever been to Corsica, so I really felt inspired to make a documentary about exploring this beautiful country using Blue Child's music as the soundtrack. Whereas this time around I was really interested in the month we were having in the mountains, and I really wanted to focus on just making a studio documentary. And within that studio is a character in itself and has a story to tell and has an influence on the music.
Carrying myself mentally, kind of blissing out, letting the real world fall away, so I can just focus on you.
And for the first time in our lives,
I'm gonna record a motherfucking album. Yeah.
the tables look dark.
Drifter. It's a song I wrote a couple of years ago at the airport in Amsterdam, actually. I was thinking about the different ways in which we travel, the different ways in which you can touch a place regardless of where you are in the world. It's it's meant to provoke some thought about some of the different things that are sparked off by a movement and putting yourself in a different environment, different circumstances, a different time. I try not to be a traveller who takes from the places I go to. That's good to think about in terms of the people, but as well the environment. So it's nice to try and see the world through a clean, clear lens and see it in its most beautiful, most pure and serene state. That's the aim, right? I think that's one of the things that travelling can do for you. It helps a lot in shedding all that extra baggage, which is funny because we try to take it all with us, right?
And that's the way I like it.
I'm really lucky to be in this environment, mate. Making the most of it, man. You just get to create all day, every day.
And the atmosphere here is just so conducive to it. You've got a little family home going on.
So walk on. You gotta leave home.
It's nice to come back here after a year and see some familiar faces and see the familiar sights, hear the birds, hear the dogs and the gate. Feels very comfortable, very conducive to a bit of music. It's kind of like we're going up and we're not going to touch back down to reality for a good month. We're definitely leaving reality for a period of time. That was cool, crossing the other side of the tracks and then heading up into the clouds. Pretty surreal. Alright. Come down and make some music. The studio is the best place in the world. Just because I just have all this time to play music every day. Staying up till the wee hours in the morning just playing because I can. That's what I'm here for. Feels so good in here just being able to play every minute of every day and just create. I'm spending the large majority of my day in here. It's called like my nest. I've definitely made myself comfortable. Got my little guitar fortress happening. Got the incense happening, all my little crystals and yeah. Guitar lady. It's making me look huge right now.
That's why we like it.
Because I'm a massive Poseidon man just holding a normal sized guitar. Oversized hand.
See the sounds moving waves across the bays of our hearts, which collect up the swirls to embark, so we can start to be a mirror to the sky, a liquid world for you and I. Amplify.
It's getting what's in here out through here into your ear holes. It's a process, but we can do it.
Tide, changing tide. Give the ocean your affection. Hey, no.
It's about sound, really, and the nature of sound, and sound in nature, and how sound, vibration, energy, whatever you want to call it, make up everything in this universe. What you resonate gets put out there in like waves. So when you do that with intention, then it's powerful. When you clarify an intention, you open up to worldly wisdom, because that's how everything kind of works.
Take this shell, hold it close against your ear.
Whoa, you're moving so slow, man. Funny you should say that. Because I have a song that I want to talk to you about. It's about chilling and yeah, doing stuff you love in life.
Oh, so simple.
Lindsay, bring the thunder from down under.
Oh, Lindsay. I've been playing with Lindsay since I've been playing with Lindsay. I think this is the oldest song on this record.
To the end of your days now, slow it down.
It was lovely coming back to the mountains.
Oh man, it was so good having Lindsay here. Such an enigma, he's such a character. Love him.
It was punishment the whole way. I put on a brave face, just for Dan's sake, because I have sympathy for the guy. He needs as much help as he can get. But, you know, that's between us two.
So cool and such a blessing to have him on this record, man. It's awesome. I got a lot of respect for him because he's done a lot of work musically and otherwise, and he's got years on me and wisdom on me. So I fully respect that. I think we respect each other as people, musicians. Pretty sweet. Apart from when he leaves his sardine cans, man.
And I spend all night
Corsica.
the moonlight. I know that I got it right. And I'm slowing down.
Roger and Kevin rocked up today and laid down some awesome grooves. It's such a pleasure to play with musos of that caliber, man. Really helps me lift my game, that's for sure. I actually had to pay so much more attention than I thought. JB said the day before they rocked up, oh, so tomorrow you get to chill, you get to relax. Nah, man. JB said to me a bunch of times today how lucky we were to have them along, and I can see why. Like, they're top notch, man.
My first impression on Daniel music is fresh, original, very personal. I felt right away his connection with the ocean. I was surprised in a good way by his voice.
Daniel a vraiment un univers très original, très particulier. J'ai tout de suite adhéré à ses morceaux, à ses chansons. Il y a un climat très intense et profond.
It's really just reaffirmed the whole concept of collaboration, which I'm really rolling with. What they've added is just super tasty. It's just complemented it really nicely, hey, so stoked. With each muso, a song will change because they're adding a part of their flavour to it. Everyone gives it their own flair. I have to have a clear idea of where I want it to go in my head, but at the same time leave the door open to ideas. Working with guys like that and being able to direct their talent, it's amazing. It was really important to connect with them when they rocked up. They're going to be a part of my songs, my music. It's important to be able to relate because then you can get on the same level when you play. Trying to read each other's minds.
On échange, on partage, on travaille. On n'enregistre pas les uns après les autres comme ça, sans relation. Et cette façon de faire est à mon sens la meilleure.
They just got it done. Totally got what I was going for. 2.5 days, bam. All the songs done. It's epic. Now I'm just going to listen to all of them tonight 100 times and then probably ask JB tomorrow if we can set the drum kit back up and get Kevin back from Paris.
Daniel is great. He knows what he wants, but he's a sweet guy, so it's great to work with a sweet guy. He's smiling all the time. His aura, everything is positive. He's a handsome man, so...
'Cause I'm struggling to keep up with you.
So you gotta slow him down, and I slow him down. Gotta slow him down, yeah. Oh, and I slow it down, and I slow it down, yeah. No, and I slow it down, and I slow it down, yeah. Slow it down for me, yeah. 'Cause I'm struggling to keep up with you. Woo! Sweet. We're gonna finish the guitars today because we have the magic sound. So we got to use it. It was totally by chance. We've done something crazy instead of what I wanted to do, which was go largely with guitars and vocals at the same time through live takes. We tried one of just the guitar, but we left the vocal mic rolling, and it's capturing like this whole other spectrum of sound, and it's just opened up the whole guitar sound on the record. And JB said to me, "What more you want to put?"
I wrote this song at Fateh, which is it's nice to just think about what is in its simplicity. Roll, 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 roll,
making leaps and bounds, smashing it, frothing, like so stoked. I'm still glad we gave ourselves a month, but man, here we are like 9 days in. Walk was done. It's just smooth sailing, That's what we like.
When we do music, life is good.
No complications.
No. No girl, no money. Perfect.
More money, more problems, mate.
Yes. Only dog.
Only dog.
You know who the boss is.
Bruce.
Definitely Bruce.
Me and Dave are going to row out of danger. Just make sure you put thrust in, alright?
Taylor's Mistake, which is a beach back in New Zealand actually, and he met a very unfortunate end with the seas. Well, both of them did. There was 2 Taylors, and so the idea of this page being about a shipwreck was pretty clear, but it's been interesting to see how it's placed in the story as that's evolved. After Dan had made the order of the songs, we sat around until really late one night and just sort of went, okay, so what if there was like a character, like if Dan is a character in this CD and this is an adventure that he's going on, like where would it start? And so we decided we're starting a sailor's song. And then he just goes on this crazy adventure. He sails off the edge of the earth and into space. He then gets sucked into a wormhole, which is being generated by space beside him. And then he's spat back up the other side of it without his boat. And he winds up in space heaven. Christoph makes an appearance here. It's his voice that narrates the opening sequence to Tea on the Jetty. He gets a glimpse into the future that he has the potential to have. And so naturally, after meeting a lady, they ride off on dolphin back into the sunset. It's simple, it's romantic, it's coming home. That's what we see then in this new reality, which is the same image he saw reflected in the eye, in the ultimate image. Just see that having taken shape and dimension and colour and become what it is, that just makes my heart so happy because it became real. And I take real pleasure in seeing something take form. But this has been a really fun process because it's not just my imagination, it's Dan's imagination too.
This is MJ Nebula Kim. She draws many nebulas and sings many a song also. And is perfect according to JB. And also me.
Well, what will be one of the things that you'll miss after we've gone?
Only Angel cookies.
And the empty plate of cookies. You know what's happening tonight? Oh, eating cookies.
By my side, well, Mark could a sailor wanting life, so here I sleep in the bay where I left my name. You know I'm happier for it because it solved itself on me. party to spend my time with down on my mind. The very best years of my life were wasted cause I was blind. So rewind, see that you are afraid, see that you are made. So rewind, be all you can be, yeah.
This is the furthest I've walked from the studio all week. It's the end of a massive week of recording, where I'm definitely on the right track. It's time to celebrate the infamous The Grill. Working really hard.
It's getting closer.
Nous sommes tous des soleils, des sources d'énergie qui rayonnent et interagissent sur chacun d'entre nous. Nous résonnons de lumière d'or, brûlant toujours plus fort et plus intensément à chaque moment, pour briller, grandir et s'élever.
It's a concept. The lyrics first. Lyrics very powerful. He's such a player. He's a very good player and really likes it. When he plays, he touches you. And the way he like giving his music and love to people through his music. Connection with people, sometimes you can't explain them. I reckon with Danny, it's simply love, music and ocean.
Tea on the Jetty. It's one of those songs that I can't really remember when I actually wrote it. It kind of just happened. Might have been a bedroom job, I think. It kind of finished up as a bit of a reflection on your life after having completed a full circle.
We think we're all individual.
Super, on a passé un mois où je pense qu'il y a eu de l'attention pour les uns pour les autres. Et je pense que ce sont des moments qui resteront pour nous tous, qu'on n'oubliera pas de sitôt. Parce que ça devient de plus en plus rare. L'humanité, l'honnêteté, la gentillesse et l'intelligence.
Oh, if you find yourself drinking from the cup, but never having had enough, it's a sign for you to find me standing on the jetty with a herbal in my hand and a day that's void of plans. Won't you join me on my light blue canvas chair? Cause I feel change in the air. I know I'm not the only one who has begun.
J'ai passé un très bon mois parce que j'ai voyagé à l'autre bout de la planète tout en restant chez moi. Yes. You have to pay the tickets for the travel.
I think that's probably the biggest challenge so far, is letting this just stop and then just be the song. Letting each one be like a little movie or a little story, because that's what they are in this game, this record. Just a snippet and another step in the overall story that is this record. It's pretty cool. Instead of like focusing on singing the notes properly, focusing on that and singing it right and in tune and all that jazz, I just need to sing me, really live the song. I've just been singing The Ultimate Image. I was just kind of like focusing on it and trying to just relax and let my voice just be and just let it flow. But JB just said, why don't you just try smiling the whole time you sing? I was like, that makes so much sense, because that's all I do when I play live. I'm having a great time and I'm smiling because of it, and so I sound different because of that.
Hang on, where's the words? What do I sing? What do I say? What's it about?
It's definitely a good time to have realised that. Because now I can sing the songs like me instead of just singing all the melodies I've written, which is cool, but like, who wants to hear that? After the last chord, if you listen really closely, you can hear my lips parting in a smile.
And then JB smiled.
Yeah, and you are too,
I'm
Dave.
smiling.
And hopefully everyone is, because it's good fun. It feels good. Sun, no sun, sun, no sun, sun, no sun, sun, no sun. I need the sun. If it's like 35 degrees out here and I'm just spending 8 to 12 hours a day in a studio, it's the best thing in the world to run outside for 5 minutes and just bask in the sun and the glorious warmth. Hey, just charges me up like a battery, and I go back in, I'm just like, yeah, let me at it. Looking down through the valley with like mountain ridge after mountain ridge, just all different shades, having 31 sunsets here. Pretty rad. Yeah, I wrote Calbarry. I swear. I was on tour last year up in the northwest of Australia, and we had a few days in Calbarry. It's a pretty nice place to explore, so we found ourselves each day going for a bit of a wander. One day we went to this place called Rainbow Valley, and it's one of many gorges that spill down onto the ocean. We went wandering out there one day, and I took my guitar. Found myself on the edge of these big red cliffs looking out, wide open ocean, no one around. A pretty special thing happened. I was playing and writing, and then this big humpback whale just surfaced. I was probably 20 metres above the water. It was just off that, and just surfaced. It was really deep. It just came up and started meandering along the shelf real slowly. Just a few lines started coming, and then I guess I was just thinking about movement, pilgrimage. Yes, this song is just urging you to jump on the flow, walk, talk about it, leave good things behind.
Sing for each other and say where you want to. Sing for each other and say where you want to. Sing for each other and say where you want to.
I don't know why you have this question, but you know Calbarry is my favorite. Calbarry is a hit.
You redoing the vocals for Calbarry?
Nah.
Nah.
I'm digging on it. There's
you
maybe
doing
like
it
one
one
line that I'm not happy with, but it's pretty cool. The vibe of that's good. It's a moment in time. That's last year. Like, you know, can't recreate that or do it better. That is what it is. That was, yeah. I think that's what I'd like to hear anyway when I listen back to that song. Otherwise, I'll just listen back every time and be like, why did I redo that? It's just like, I don't know, trying to live in a world that you don't exist in anymore. I totally believe in all those words still, absolutely, like I wrote them, but I think that moment is gone, so no point in redoing it.
That's Daniel White's version of saying no.
Fuck off, Dave. You will.
You will.
Nice one. Disco, 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 disco. Ooh, baby.
Now I feel I'm moving on beyond these badlands where the feeling was so shadowed. I recognize that despite of all the wrongs and rights that I'm learning from, my mind was often narrow when it could have been open wide to the other side of living, where all is love and you feel the trust in humans. No, be a part of it, and all will start to shift in circles back to the beginning, while the salt spray softens my heart.
I'm amazed at all the lines I've drawn around you, which represent the truth. I get the feeling that one day I may look back and see that I've played this game in the wrong way.
Salt Spray was the first song in a long time that I've written in front of someone else. Writing for me is such a personal thing, a thing that I like to do in solitude often. I think I've learnt to not be as hard on myself because I can see that it's always coming. So I get a little bit frustrated sometimes when I can't express that like it is inside of me. But that's what we practice for, and that's what we keep doing it for.
In a better position, oh, now I'm going to catch a ride to another kind of wisdom, where all is love and you feel the trust in humans.
Daniel a tout ce qu'il faut pour devenir qui il veut devenir. Je pense que c'est la vie qui va faire qu'il a son destin aussi et qu'il ira où son destin va l'amener. Mais je pense qu'il a les qualités, l'intelligence, la gentillesse, la musicalité.
Now is the time we get to scale a mountain of notes with our grapevines as they grow and grow and grow and grow.
So we grow.
There it is.
So we grow. So we grow. So I sit and speak to you.
Gardening's pretty straightforward. It's about growing, right? I don't know how many times I say it in the song. I guess beyond that, it's about growing through adversity and how bad situations and other people's ill actions, and from which obviously you grow from because you learn from your lessons. The best thing you can take from any situation is how you can grow from it, and how you can transcend it, especially if it's something you don't enjoy. It's like, well, how can I rise above this?
It's not a bad thing to be abused, and all I got to say, yeah, all I got to say is thanks and gratitude.
Had heaps of fun today because got to do all the extra sound effects, some nice percussion stuff, some chimes and bells and all that kind of stuff, which I really enjoy doing. Cherries on the cake. So lots of fun, and I think is adding a lot more flavour to it. Definitely stuff that I see as being very important in this record.
And we grow, and we grow, and we grow, and we grow, and we grow. So we grow.
What do I do with that?
Now I know you know I'm crazy and I love to dream, but there's no harm in living the life you love, so won't you live it here with me? And if I ever lose my humor, Oh well, I hope you would push me in the water, and there we'd make it. Underneath the waves of creation, our bungalow, baby.
Simple song, really. It's about settling down in a beautiful place that you love with the person that you love. It's got a real purity about it, I think.
I see you and me in a little wooden house in the trees. My bungalow, baby.
That's it
Yes.
for this song. Until tomorrow.
Yes. And
And the
after
day after,
tomorrow.
yeah, until he kicks me out.
Yes.
Did you check under your bed last night, JB?
Yes. Yes, I checked before. I go, shit. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's not here.
No, I was at home in my own bed playing guitar.
Fantastic.
No, it's alright.
No. I know you tell me now it's alright, but tonight we do it again. You are crazy, man. I know you are crazy.
There's one line.
One line.
One line. I'm learning to just love what I do instead of criticizing every little tiny thing.
You want to redo too? All?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. One take, Whitey.
Horrible. We have to delete all the song, all the record. It's impossible to do this shit like this. Listen again. 1 month is stupid. The singer is good. The girl to the singer is so good. Sing well, they cook well, the musicians are great. The cameraman is straight on. What is the problem?
Blue
Where?
Shark Collective team gets the tick of approval.
He come in November, he come to sing after.
Yeah, then I'll
We-
bring
we
the
put
girl,
all
bring
the-
the
yes,
piano.
the girl. Don't forget the girl. Stop this. Okay, you have to cut all this shit I say. Because next year, don't Pierre say me, oh. Say, oh, so many stupid things.
You're a wizard, JP. This record means so much to me. I've been playing music my whole life. That's all I am, pretty much, eh? I like to put that affirmation out there in a positive way that change is happening. I feel change in the air. And if one line in any of my songs makes you think, awesome. If anything I say never makes you think twice about anything in your world, but you enjoy the music, awesome. There's so many different ways in which it can be taken and in which it can benefit anyone, and that's the same with anything. I want it to really provoke positive change, eh? And art does that, man. The right people are always around you, it's just saying it. I really see the collective building, man, it's cool. It's nice to be able to feel a bit of a team, you know, because we're all in it together.
What I really have enjoyed about my summers in Corsica is the fact that I really get to become part of the place, and I get to slot in with people in the community. The more time you have in a place really allows for something deep to grow. It becomes a lot more than just a job or a product. It really becomes your life, and the job becomes a part of your soul. Every day. This is every day.
Well, this year leads to this new album recorded in the mountains for a month, and good job has been done during this month with this crew.
I guess it's starting here and expanding out, and it's growing with time. It's cool, man. And it's nice to spend time, like a lot of time, with the people that you love closely, because you really get to know them a lot more. Sometimes it takes a bit to get into a band and get comfortable in the studio, but it was easy.
Yeah,
this place is like home, man. Like, straight away.
Yeah, it's your home.
Yeah, big time.
It really feels like we've integrated into the community. It's so nice to already talking about the next time that we come. It really does feel like saying goodbye to a home, leaving the village. We've become really settled. It is our second to last night in the village, and it is our unofficial album launch party.
Oh yeah,
Here in Corsica.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yes.
I like it.
There's a storm on the surface, but you'll be sleeping by the seaside soon.
I guess Saturn Saw The Seaside is a pretty definitive track on the record, the title track. Saturn is my planet, so that's me. It's like I'm seeing the seaside, and when I say seaside, I mean in the sense of I'm tapping into the flow. I'm seeing harmony and cohesion and oneness, because this is what the ocean represents to me, really. It's very much home for me, but with that sense of home comes a constant reminder of how well everything works in nature and how it's meant to operate. It's just meant to flow like water does, and it's made up of so many different tiny little parts that can be individualized, but at the same time will return to a whole.
It all falls away. Here and now you wake. 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 Here and now you.
I'm coming home. I'm seeing constantly everything as one and collective.
And I know now that I'm in the right